So hey guys, today I feel like vibe coding. In today's video, we are going to be vibe coding a full application from scratch using just AI, and we are not going to write even a single line of code. Yes, you heard that right. We are not going to be writing a single line of code, and we are going to be building a full AI powered application. So a lot of beginners struggle with this. I have a lot of people coming to me that the AI keeps messing up, it keeps forgetting their goal and everything, and making it hard for them to complete the application. So most people get stuck halfway building the application, and at the end of the day, they just give up because it's too hard, or they just don't know what to do, what prompts to give the AI in order to get their application ready. So in this video, we are going to be solving that. We are going to go from idea to a full stack application in just 1 hour. So let's get started. So guys, welcome to this video, and in this video, as you can see right here, I have Claude open. In this niche. What did they do well, and what are users complaining about? So this prompt will help me identify what other competitors in this space are actually doing, what they have done great, and what is it that they lack, what is it that their users are complaining about, so that my app is going to be different from all the millions of apps out there. So like AI is giving me exactly what I wanted, okay? So here it mentions that we are going to have a goal first onboarding, which I was thinking about this earlier on, whereby the user is going to be explaining what their goal is. What is it you want to achieve? Are you trying to get a job? Do you want to build side projects, or do you have an idea that you want to build on your own from scratch? We need to understand what your goal is so that the AI is going to help you throughout your entire learning process and make your learning process much smoother and easy. So micro sessions, and it has also listed a bunch of competitors right here. We have Code Academy. So AI has given me exactly what I wanted. It says here, our unique positioning is the AI coding mentor that builds your personal roadmap, adapts to your pace, and never wastes time. So that addresses the three big complaints across all competitors: rigidly, the paywalls on free content, and the gap between lessons and real world building. Wow. So it's also asking me if it can help me sketch out the entire MVP future. It's exactly what I want. So guys, I think this is where most users or most vibe coders get it wrong. Okay, when you are building an app, you need to ensure that first your idea is solid. Second, that you get everything right. Okay, you need to understand what tech stack you are going to be using, what are all the features that your app is going to contain. Because a friend of mine just recently came to me and he was complaining that AI was messing up. So I asked him, did he create his product requirement document before getting started? And he was like, nope. So that's where he got it wrong, right? He just started by coding, giving AI instructions without a clear roadmap and a clear goal of what he wants to achieve. So if you are building AI apps, you need to understand what you are building. You need to understand every single feature your app is going to have, and the best thing is that AI is going to help you with that. Okay, so AI is going to help you refine your ideas, sketch out the architecture, and even give you a suggestion on improvements that you can add to your application. This way, you are not just blindly vibe coding, okay? Because that is what most people are doing. They are just blindly vibe coding and wonder why the AI keeps messing up or they can't finish their future, and then they blame it on AI. But what you need to understand about AI is that it's just a tool. It does not have its own reasoning capacity. All it does is follow instruction. So depending on how good your instruction is, it's going to follow exactly what you said. And if you give it garbage in, it's going to give you garbage out. So that's just the way it works. Okay, you can't blame the calculator for giving you a wrong answer. You can only blame yourself for giving the calculator wrong inputs. So if you give an AI the wrong inputs, it's going to give you the wrong outputs as well. So I'll be telling AI to make me a PRD of my entire application. PRD stands for Product Requirement Document. So for the AI IDE I'm using, the name of this IDE is called Kiro. Just to go to your browser and search Kiro, and this is the IDE. You can download it, sign up, and you get 500 free credits. This is enough for you to build a simple MVP. But if you want to go beyond that, I think they have a $20 monthly subscription, which you can get started with. It's easy for you, and we have the free plan, which you get 500 credits for free, and the Kiro Pro Plus, and Kiro Power. Okay, so depending on what applications you are going to be building, you can choose the appropriate pricing plan. So right here we have our product requirement right here, and I'm just going to go through it a bit. So wow, Cloud has done most of the work for us. Okay, it has identified all the competitors and their weak points. Okay, so most of these competitors do not have an AI personalization, which is something we can take advantage of. Okay, it says here Code AI sits in a gap that no current platform occupies, the intersection of true AI personalization, micro session design, real project building, and one free code tier. Our tagline captures this precisely. The AI coding mentor that builds your personal roadmap, adapts to your pace, and never wastes your time. Okay, this is a lot of issues that I have a lot of people that come to me, they're complaining that oh they want to learn how to code, but they don't have much time, or they can't waste hours watching tutorials. Okay, and I believe this platform is going to change all of that for them. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I've already downloaded the PRD, so I'm just going to be uploading it here. So what you first need to do is click on this specs option, not the vibe coding option. Click on specs and then copy everything from the requirements document and then paste it here. So you will have to go through this phase, but just click on the recommended options. So what Kiro allows you to do here is going to help you plan your entire project before writing a single line of code. Okay, so you'll first go through the requirements together, ensure that everything in the app is there and all the features have been mapped out. Then we move to system design. We are going to design the entire system of the application, how the tech stack is going to be, what features are going to be our app is going to be having. Okay, so all these things will be done here in our code editor. As you can see right now, it's creating the requirements document. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of time, and yeah. Okay, so it's really advisable that whenever something like this is being generated in your code editor, that you go through it and ensure that it's exactly what you want. Okay, if you skip all these parts, These are the reasons why you will fail when it comes to vibe coding. Okay, vibe coding, yes, makes building apps very easy, but it does not still eliminate the fact that AI can make errors. So you need to take your time and go through the requirements, make sure that features here reflect what you want to build, so that you can fix everything from this point, not during the development phase. Okay, if the requirement has a flaw, it's better we fix it now rather than having to fix it when we are building the app, because it's going to be harder and it's going to be more stressful, especially if you are not uh, especially if you're not experienced with building applications. So let me just go through this real quick. Okay, so far I have gone through the requirement and this is exactly what I need. So I'm just going to be clicking continue, and this will generate design. Okay, that's the design document of the application, how it's going to look like, how the entire backend system is going to be structured, and everything. So guys, vibe coding is really easy only if you know what you are doing. Okay, so for beginners who really want to go into vibe coding and build their own AI powered applications, this is the way I do it. And honestly, I've been doing this for a while, and most of the previous apps I have built, I use this format. Okay, I start by getting and gathering all my requirements, understanding what I'm even trying to build and what problem is my application going to solve. Because if you get all of these things wrong, or you keep adding features along the way while you are building the app, it's just going to make it harder for you to complete your app, and the AI will keep messing up. There was no clear requirements to begin with, and that's the issue. Okay, so if you are building AI applications, you need to really spend a lot of time during your requirements gathering, because that's what's going to determine if your app is going to succeed or is going to fail. Well, and the cool thing about Kiro is that it gives you this preview option whereby you can preview your design. So it has designed the entire architecture of the application. Okay, we have our authentication system, our backend, our database, UI components, that's the front end components, and everything. Okay, so you don't really need to understand all of this, but it's very essential that the AI has all these details when it's building your application, because it's always going to have context of what it is building and how it should build it. So the roadmap is there, roadmap generation flow. It has designed the entire API system, the component and interface, the AI chart. So basically, it has done all the work for us. So guys, it has written the entire system design for us, okay? And it has even written the test coverage. Everything has already been done for the our app. The entire design system is already there. All we need to do is just click continue, and it's going to generate the tasks that needs to be done in order for us to have a fully functional application. So it's very advisable that you go through the requirements and design system, okay? So that if there's anything you need to tweak or change, you can just tell the AI fix it. Okay, let me give you an example. Here, mention the tech stack, right? The front end is going to be using Next.js, Tailwind CSS. But if you don't want to use Next.js, for example, you want to use React, you can just tell the AI to update the design document, and it's as simple as that. The AI is going to be using Cloud, but if you have any AI specific LLM in mind, let's say OpenAI, Gemini, or whatever it is you want to use, you can just tell the AI to update it, and it's going to do that for you. The database, we are using Postgres SQL and Superbase, okay? And for the authentication, code editor, Monaco editor, VS Code editor, component, and code execution, Python API, sandbox, multi-language execution, email, transactional emails and re-engagement, analytics, hog, product analytics, feature flags, monitoring. So if there's any specific technology you want to use, you can just edit it right here, okay? So Kiro is done generating the entire task for us. This is the implementation breakdown of how we are going to be building our app, CodePad AI MVP, into actionable coding tasks. Um, and all you have to do is just click on this start task and it's going to start it, or click run all tasks. So you can run all required tasks and you can run required and optional tasks as well. Meaning that if you click on the required tasks, it's going to skip all these tasks and it's not going to run them. As you can see, these are just property tests. It's advisable that you always test your application before deploying. But for the sake of this video, we are just going to be running the tasks without the test, right? So let's get started. And for me, I'm not going to run all the tasks at once because I like to be monitoring my AI. Whatever it is doing, I would like to know whatever it's doing. So I'll be following it and see if there's any errors or any hallucinations so that we can just fix it right away. So it's going to be giving you some instruction. All you need to do is click on the right details, okay? So there are some commands that needs to be run. All you have to do is click run or accept whatever conditions they are giving you after going through it. For example, here they said, will I like to use the React compiler? And I said yes. Which linter would I like to use? And I said ESLint. Okay, so these are just some basic commands that needs your permission, and all you have to do is approve or disapprove. So guys, we are already getting started. As you can see, it has created um and set up the configuration files. Okay, so we have the next yes, and it's installing all the required packages. One of the issues we always have when writing code initially manually was setting up all these configuration files whenever you are starting up a new project. But now that we have AI, it's going to be doing all that for us, so you don't need to have to manually run some commands before you start coding. Okay. So guys, as you can see, we already have task 1 completed. It has initialized the project and created all the necessary setup configurations, the .env file, the git ignore, everything is already here, right? This is how we are going to be building our app. All you need to do is just keep hitting this start task, and it's going to do the next task until we are done with our application. So, so guys, our application is almost ready, and the task has already been completed. Most of the tasks are done. So all you need to do is just keep on clicking start task and just keep going from there. So now let's ask our AI, how do I spin up this application? How to start the application? Okay, it says here you need to install all the dependencies, but we have already done that. So we have development server, and since we are running our app locally, we will just click on this and run it in the terminal. Okay, my app is starting and is going to be available at localhost 3000. So just click control and then click this button as well. Okay, our apps looks hideous. Let's fix that. But let me just, before we do that, let me see if we also have errors. The register page is not working. So let's start by fixing that up. When you are debugging with AI, here's what you need to do. First, you need to copy the error message. And when you copy the error message, try to read the error message and see what the issue is. As you can see here, we have an import error. Okay, we have an import error. So we are going to tell our AI in the register page. Then you paste the error message right here. So it's going to be fixing it for us. So it says here the issue was that the client component can't import server-only modules like Next, headers. Now the password validation utility is in a separate file that doesn't have any server dependencies, so it can be safely used in client components. Okay, let's restart our server. Let me just so let's go back to our browser. As you can see, right now our app is working. So right here we have basic sign up authentication, just name, email, password, and then confirm password. Nothing special. What's bothering me right now is this styling, okay? It's so terrible. So terrible. So let me fix that really quick. Let's say styling of the application is very bad. Very bad. There's no proper paddings and margins in between components, making it look like a website built in the 90s. So go through the entire design system and then fix the application. And then fix. Well, I hope that's enough context for it to do what we need. So let's just try and see. So finally, it says here it has enhanced the UI. So let's go and check it. Maybe I just need to refresh. Well, I don't see any noticeable changes here. Let me try restarting the server. Okay, I think we will come back to the UI in a bit. Let's just try logging in and see if it's going to work. Okay, so I forgot we need to set up our API keys. In our folder, we already have this .env.local file and this env.local.example file. So this will tell us all the API configurations that we need to set up. Okay, we need to provide our Supabase project URL, Supabase public key, and also Supabase service role key. So Cloud AI API key, Python API URL, resend. Okay, we need to also get all this information upstairs. So let's say the app is not fully functional yet because we have not set up our env. env file. I need step by step guidance to get the API keys. Let's take it one at a time. One at a time. Right now it's going to help me set up the environment variables, and these are all the third-party applications that we are going to be integrating for our app. The Superbase is for database, the Cloud API is for our AI LLM, the Python API is for code execution, and the resend email configuration is for resending emails to the user, right? Posttalk is an analytic tool, and we all need to get all these API keys before our app can actually start to function. So the good thing is the AI is going to help us get all this information so that all we have to do is follow the steps it has outlined here. It has even provided the link. So all I have to do is click on this and say open. Let's follow the instruction. It says here, create account and create a new project. So let's go and do that. Okay, so I need to sign up. I'm going to be signing up with my email. Okay, we don't have an account, so let's sign up. and we have successfully signed up. So we need to check our email for confirmation. Okay. Okay, so let's create a new project. Database password. So I'm going to copy this password and I'm going to save it somewhere secure. So we have created a new project. Let's see what the instructions here say. After creating a new project, we need to choose an organization or create one, and project name is going to be code AI, database password. Save this region, select free tier, click. Once the project is ready, you will see the dashboard. So guys, I have followed all the steps outlined here by my AI agent, and I have gotten all the necessary information I need to set up the super base configuration. So I've gotten the public URL, the anon key, and the service role key as well. So I'm going to be pasting it to it and tell it to handle everything from there on. So guys, we have set up the first configuration, which is super base for our database. Okay, seems like we still have some work to do. So all we need to do is just follow these steps. It says here we should go to our project, and then we need to click the SQL editor in the left side and click new query. So we are going to copy this long script, and it seems like we are going to be pasting it there. So let's just copy everything here and then copy and paste the SQL script. So let's do that and let's click run. Okay, if you click table editor, you should see user profiles. So our database is all set, user progress, conversations, code saves, and all our schemas are already there. So let's see what it says here. Wow. So let's see. So guys, as you can see, we are following this step by step, and each time you hit a roadblock, what you need to do is, what you need to understand is you shouldn't get frustrated and just close everything, right? You need to speak with the AI and let it explain things to you. If you don't know what to do or how to do something, all you need to do is ask questions and then think about things systematically. Right now here we are setting up the configurations and I'm done with the first one. So I'm going to be moving on to Cloud API key, and I will just say something like I'm done with database setup. So we can proceed with the Cloud API. So excellent, the database is set up. Now let's okay. So the first thing to do is go to console.anthropic.com and let's create let's sign up with my Google. Yes, let me just sign up with my Google account and let's proceed. I'm going to be choosing individual. So after creating an account, what does it say? It says create an account, verify email if needed, add billing information required, but they offer $5. So for this option, you need to add your credit card, and they are not going to charge you. They are just going to verify your payment method so that they can give you trial of free dollars worth of credit. So I do understand if you don't want to input your credit details, you can use any other LLM out there. Okay, all you have to do is come here, explain what it is you want. Let's say I say okay, I do not want to input my credit card details. Is there any other free LLM I can use for this app that does not require credit card? So all you need to do is paste this prompt and it's going to give you a bunch of options. You can choose anyone and then ask it to give you a step-by-step guide on how to do it. Okay, so let's just move on. For me, I really want to go with Cloud API, so I'm going to be inputting my credit card details and just trying to see if it's going to work. So let me see here. What does it say? Create a prompt, get API key. So I'm going to be pausing this video so that I can um, input my credit card details. So guys, I have provided my API key from Cloud API from their console. So for you to get it, all you need to do is go to their console, platform.cloud.com/dashboard, and click on API key, get your API key, copy it, and then put it in, just paste it here and tell the AI to update the environment variables for you. So the next configuration we need to set up is the resend API key for email functionality. So let's click on this. All we need to do is create an account, sign up with our API key once logged in. So this seems pretty straightforward. So right here, I'm going to be signing up with my Google account. Okay, so we already have logged into our dashboard. Let's click on add an API key. So I'm going to copy this. Wow, this free tier is generous. So we get 100 emails per day, 3000 emails per month for development and testing. And this is exactly what we are doing. So, so you can go through this and have fun with it. You can also additionally add a domain right here. Okay, now we have all the essential service configured. We have our database setup, Cloud AI, recent email. Okay, so for Piston API is already a free public API for code execution, so we don't need to uh, do any configuration right there. It says here this post is for analytics and error tracking, rate limiting, and we can skip those for now. So let's test our app first. Let's open our terminal. You can open your terminal by hitting Ctrl J, close and open your terminal. Then what you have to do is click npm run dev. So if this is not working for you, just ask your AI how can you spin up and start up the application, and it's going to tell you how you can do so. Okay, so let me go back to my browser. Click get started. Okay, so it's saying failed to create user profile. Our app is failing. It's failing to create user profile, and here's the error message. Look, okay. I have described the issue to it and given it the error message, and it's going to look into it and fix it. So we need to go back to our super base and then click the SQL editor. Click new query. So we are going to copy the content from this page and then paste it here and then run it. Has destructive operations. Test the registration again. So right now, let's try creating a new user again. I'm still getting an error, so I'm just going to be copying the error message and pasting it here. So it's going to do some fixes right here. As you can see, it's going through the application and making some changes to the super base file. It says here, create server client function uses the anon key instead of the service role key, which is not what we actually want, and that's preventing us from setting up or creating a new user. Let's fix that, which is the correct approach. Okay, so let's start up our server again. Email rate limit exceeded. Right now I've been running into some errors, but I'm trying to fix it. And which reminds me, this is how it goes with vibe coding, right? Things don't work out the first time as expected. So all you need to do is do a few tweaks, change your approach, ask the AI questions, and it's going to help you debug the error. So right now, I've been having issues trying to sign up right into the application, and for some reason, I think it's from the database. Right here, my AI has been helping me. My AI agent has been helping me debug the issue. So right now, I'm going to be testing it again and see if it's going to work. And if it does not, just have to try another approach and see what the error is. So right now, I think the registration was successful since we are being redirected to the onboarding page. So let me just check the console and see if there's any errors. Yep, there's errors in the console. So sometimes if things do not work out as expected, you have to check the console and see what error message is being, what error message can you find there, and copy the error message. So right now I'm going to say onboarding page not working, console log. So guys, initially I think the registration worked. So I'm being redirected to the onboarding phase where I describe my goal to the AI, and it's going to help me design a roadmap specifically tailored to my journey. So I can't even see the text is there, but you can't even see it because of the terrible thing. So I think before we continue, the first thing I'm actually going to be doing is fixing the UI because it's so terrible. So for this, I'm going to be opening up a new IDE. Don't worry, this IDE works just like VS Code and all other IDEs. I tend to use it when it comes to anything that is related to UI because for me specifically, it has been doing a wonderful job. Okay, so I don't know why Kiro is not. I don't know why Kiro is not. Okay, so I have opened up my application here in in a new ID. So this is the same application we have here. I'm just opening it in another environment so that I can be able to fix the UI because it's really getting on my nerves. Okay, so I'm going to be saying, "Hey, this app has a terrible UI because it was vibe coded and the AI messed up really bad. Ah, I need you to go through the entire design system and read all the related files. In fact, read any file that has to do with styling and CSS, okay? And then identify all the errors. The app has no proper paddings or margins, and I don't know why. Identify all the issues and then give me a summary. So this is something I usually like to do when I'm coding with AI. I tend to ask it to identify some things and give me a summary first so that I can understand what's going on actually in my application. So right now I told it to go through the entire design system. Okay, identify why is our app looking like it was built in the 90s? Like why there's no proper margins, no proper headings, everything is just stacked up on top of each other. Okay, so I think there must be an issue somewhere and it's going to help me identify those issues. Let's look at how our app looks and I do not like it one bit. So it's done analyzing the entire project and here's what it said. Root cause. The main issue is that you have two competing styles, system design A well-designed CS custom properties in system, tailwind CS classes and throughout the listing. So recommendation fixes a proper tailwind configuration that extend your CSS variables, fix the global CSS reset to be less aggressive. So I'm going to tell it to implement all the above recommendations. So when I'm vibe coding, I like to use different tools because different AI are specialized in different aspects. For example, initially I was building this app here in Kiro, but it is really good with logic and backend system and all of that. But when it comes to front end and I don't know, it just sucks terribly. So I usually switch to Windsurf whenever I need something to be anything that has to do with UI or responsiveness and front end in general. So similarly here, I'm just going to let AI do everything, and when it's done, we are going to go back and check our application if changes have had any effect. Okay, so it's done implementing all those recommendations. So let's check our app and see. Yes, finally, it's better. Wow, this text right here is still not very visible. So let me just tell it to fix that. The onboarding page, text area, code, text, not visible. Let me make text color. Right now, those texts are not visible because the color used there is a light color on top of a light background. So I don't know why the AI will do that. So whenever you encounter these minor issues, all you have to do is explain the issue to the AI model and it's going to help you fix all of that. Not exactly what I wanted, but okay. So let me explain my goal to it. I'm a new, I'm a freshman student, computer science student, and I want to learn how to code so that I can build real world applications applications using AI. Time commitment, you can choose 1 hour. So let's just say I have 10 hours plus, let's just say I have 1 2 hours per week. I'm a beginner, new to coding. My experience level is just beginner. I have completed the onboarding phase. So right now the onboarding phase is not failed to complete onboarding. So let me go check. Uh-huh. So these are the errors we are encountering. All I'm going to do is copy these error messages and then paste it to my AI. I'm going to say failing to complete, onboarding, console log. Okay, so let's see what it says here. Wow. I'm with my computer. View roadmap, view progress, start chat. So finally some progress. Let's view our roadmap. Okay, the roadmap page is not found. Okay, so none of the features here are working and I don't know why. So let me go back to my editor and see. Do we even have the pages created? We only have the authentication and the dashboard, and that's where the issue comes in. So obviously, this app is not complete. We have a lot of missing features and we need to work on it. So guys, we have come so far in building our AI powered application. We still have a long way to go, but at least now you understand the process, okay? Coding with AI is not coding, it's not magic, right? You need to think like a problem solver. As you can see, even though I was using AI, I encountered a lot of issues and errors which I had to debug along the way. But the good part is AI is here to stay and is going to help you throughout the journey. I used AI from the beginning, from gathering my requirements, market research, from writing the product requirements document, and also using AI to initialize the project and also writing the entire code for me, plus the documentation as well. It even tested the application, run some tests and all of that. So right now I'm going to be continue working on the app and I will see you guys in another video when I'm done with everything. Make sure to share this video with your friends that want to learn how to vibe code. Make sure you share this video with them so that they can vibe code their first application.